Hey guys, welcome back for another lesson on rearranging area formulas. Today we're looking at the area formula for triangles, which is a formula you should be very familiar with before you start this exercise. Let's get started again with another example. And again, I'm going to show you the step-by-step process that we need to follow in order to solve these questions. Given the area of a triangle, work out the height of a triangle, given that its base is 5 centimeters and its area is 32 centimeters squared. Again, maybe a diagram helps. Now I've purposely given you a diagram here with an obtuse angled triangle so that you can see it doesn't need to be a right angle triangle. The height is still just the measurement from the bottom of the triangle up to the highest top point when we measure at a 90-degree angle that is perpendicular to the base. Right, step 1, note the given information and write the formula that involves both of the given values and the missing value. So I'm given an area and I'm given a base and I'm missing the height. Again, just like with the area of a rectangle, if you're given the area of a triangle, that's a big hint for you. But you need to use the formula for the area of the triangle in order to turn it into an equation that you can solve. So let's start by setting up that formula. Area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2, basically half of a rectangle. Now, I know what the base is and I know what the area is. So step 2 is to substitute the given values into my formula, and this will make an equation. So something is equal to a value, so I can rearrange to figure out what the missing value is. The area is 32 and the base is 5. So I've got 32 is equal to 5 times h over 2. Now I've put the 5 here in brackets just to show that that 5 was substituted in instead of the b. The brackets aren't necessary, but it's good practice. Right, next step we need to solve this equation. So we want to get h on its own. My first step for that is maybe seeing that this is a fraction and everything is being divided by 2. Take the 2 to the other side and multiply. So that's going to be 32 times 2 is equal to 5h. Remember in algebra, when we multiply a number by a letter, we can just put them together like that. So 32 times 2 is 64. So that's going to be 64 over 5 equals h. I've just moved my 5 from this side to this side. It was multiplying by h, so I've taken it across and I'm dividing by it. So h must be 12.8. Again, always remember this last step. We solved our equation, but are we done? Step 4, reread the question and state your answer. Our question says we need to work out the height of the triangle, given that its base is 5 centimeters and the area is 32 centimeters squared. Okay, so I've worked out my height, it's 12.8, but pay attention to the units of measure. The area was in centimeters squared and the base was in centimeters, so they match. My height better match as well. The height of the triangle is 12.8 centimeters. Hit pause now if you need to copy any of that. Let's go on to the next example. Work out the base of the triangle given that the height is 3.2 meters and the area is 48,000 centimeters. Here's my diagram. Step 1, note the given information. Now this is a bit different this time. The given information is 3.2 meters and 48,000 centimeters squared. Make sure that the units of measure correspond. And this time they don't. 3.2 meters is in a different unit of measure from the area 48,000 centimeters squared. So I need to do a conversion here. It's a lot easier to convert lengths rather than areas. So I'm going to convert my 3.2 meters into some number of centimeters. To convert from meters to centimeters, you should be very familiar with this. We times by 100. So 3.2 times 100 is 320 centimeters. Now working with that value, I can do like I did before, setting up my formula, substituting in, and solving. So step 2, write a formula that involves both the given values and the missing value. I'm given the height and the area, and I want to find the base. Again, if I'm given the area, I write the formula for the area. The area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. And I know that the area is 48,000. And I know that the height in centimeters now is 320. So step 3, I'll substitute that in. 48,000 is equal to the base times 320 over 2. Now I need to solve this equation to find out what the base is. So to get b on its own, I'll start whenever I have a fraction. I know the denominator of the fraction is dividing the entire thing. So I'll go ahead and move the 2 to the other side and I will multiply. So I've got 48,000 times by 2. And again, when I did b times 320, remember in algebra, I can just put the number in front of the letter. So 320b. 48,000 times by 2 is going to be 96,000. And in the same step, because I had 320 times b, I'll take the 320 to the other side and divide by it. So b is equal to 300. Again, always remember to reread your question before you say that you're done. I need to work out the base of a triangle, given that the height is 3.2 meters, but I converted that into 320 centimeters, and the area is 48,000 centimeters. So when I worked out this base here, that's what I'm trying to work out, but my units of measure, is it meters or is it centimeters? I converted to centimeters, so let's make that clear. My base of the triangle is 300 centimeters. Or if you want to say that in meters, you can convert it here, but you must clearly state your units of measure. The base is not 3 centimeters. Again, let's go into some practice now. So here we've got another table and you're missing some values, but this table represents the base and the height and the areas of triangles. Work out the missing measurements for the triangles described in this table. Pay attention to the units of measure. So for this first example here, I gave you the base and I gave you the area and you need to find the height. Both the base and the area are in millimeters or millimeters squared, so you have no need to convert your units of measure. You just need to set up the formula for the area and rearrange it to find the height. In this question as well, I've given you the base in centimeters, the height in centimeters. You would be working out the area in centimeters squared. Same thing here. This is millimeters squared. This is millimeters. You'll work out your base in millimeters. This one's going to require a bit more work though, because I gave you the area in centimeters squared and the base in meters. Remember, it's easier to convert your length than it is to convert your areas, so you're going to want to convert your length first. And this last one, I gave you the base in millimeters and your height in centimeters. It's up to you how you want to convert this one, but make sure that your answer matches your working. So hit pause now if you want to go through this, and make sure you show your working. Don't just fill in the table. Okay, I hope you had a chance to hit pause. If you're still not done yet, and you won't be unless you did hit pause, so hit pause, or the answers are coming up right now. Don't look at the answers until you've finished on your own. Here they come. Okay, so here I've got our missing height. As I said, this was in millimeters, that was in millimeters squared, this will be in millimeters. It's just the last two, where it really could be in either unit of measure. I would have thought that you would have done this one in centimeters because it's easier to convert this to centimeters than it is to convert this to meters squared. So I would expect this answer. Excuse me. And down here, you could have worked it out either way. Millimeters squared by converting this one to millimeters, or centimeters squared by converting that one to centimeters. They are equivalent. Okay, please let me know if you have any problems with that. Otherwise, have a great day.